Oh. Hello?
Mr. Hayes?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I think your attorney was logging in to speak with you.
I did not see him.
Yeah, he hasn't logged in yet, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Mr. McCollum, do you have an attorney?
No, ma'am.
Tag the violation so I know what it is. For the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jabril Hakeem McCullum, file number 22-01756. Mr. McCullum, today's the date and the time set for an arraignment on a probation violation. I have a request and summons for probation violation, and it alleges that you have violated the terms and conditions of your probation by committing the following actions. It alleges that you tested positive for benzodiazepines and hydroxyprazolam and cocaine and opiates and morphine at Adam back on December 22nd, 2022. It also alleges that you failed to provide verification of enrollment in the outpatient substance abuse program as ordered by the court. So you have the following rights. You have the right to be represented by counsel, and you have the right to have a contested hearing. At the time of the contested hearing, you have the right to have the prosecution and the probation department put forth sufficient evidence to establish whether or not you violated the terms and conditions of your probation. If you're found to be in violation of probation conditions, your probation can be extended, it can be revoked, you can be sentenced to a term of jail time, or you could face additional sanctions as well. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. And I do.
Let me stop you. Did you want to request a court-appointed counsel to represent you?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, so you want to waive your right to counsel in this matter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have the right to the contested hearing. Do you want to proceed to a hearing in this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and so you recognize though that it's a high likelihood that you could be sentenced to jail time?
Yes, ma'am. I actually
Okay.
have been doing my substance classes, but I actually haven't even missed a class. I do not know why they got that on there.
Okay, well, the violation, let me stop you. The violation, to clarify, is not saying that you hadn't done it. It's you failed to provide verification that you were doing. You had to provide verification of enrollment, and it says you failed to do that. So you may have been going, but the order was to do it and provide verification.
Okay. Okay. I don't. How do I provide verification? I never even knew that. I'm sorry. I never even knew that.
Well, that's on the order of the court, and you would provide it to your probation department. If you had questions about how you would do that, you would do it to the probation department. So you're seeking to waive your rights. Is anybody threatening you to get you to waive your rights today?
No, no, ma'am.
Any
No, ma'am.
promises being made, any promises being made to you if you waive your rights and enter a guilty plea to the violations?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let me have you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down.
I just
Violation.
oh,
Well, you
but say, I
want to
had
waive
just
your, you want to waive your rights. You're gonna have to let me enter to a plea before you can talk. Okay.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. As to the violation that you tested positive for benzenoid phenes, hydroxyprazolam, cocaine, and opiates and morphine at Adam back on December 22nd, 2022. How do you plead? Do you plead guilty, not guilty, or stand mute?
Guilty.
Okay. Were you ordered to test at Adam back on December 22nd, 2022?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that's as part of your probation requirements?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you report to testing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and had you had some controlled substances prior to that?
Yes, on the 20th, it was my sister's birthday, and it was like one kumbaya. It was like a going away because I was on probation, but I have not yet dropped dirty again. That was just like
I didn't ask you about that though. What did you take on your 20th? What did you ingest, sir?
I had took a Zanny, a little cocaine. Way because I was on probation for a year, so it was like I had one little outing or party.
I'm sorry, you got cut off, so we missed something. You said you took some cocaine, a Xanax, and what else? Okay, we can't hear you, sir. I don't know, but he lost a signal or something.
Hello?
Okay, well, back on the record. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I don't know what's going on.
I can hear you.
Can you see me? Okay. Yeah.
You took Xanax, you took cocaine, and what else?
And some cough syrup. Some cough syrup, promethazine codeine.
Okay. You take anything else?
No, ma'am. No,
Okay,
ma'am.
you knew you were taking Xanax, cocaine, and cough syrup with codeine?
Yes, ma'am.
And you knew that you had some probation conditions ordered by the court that you were not to use, purchase, or possess drugs, alcohol, or a controlled substance without a prescription?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just like I said.
Did you have a prescription for any of these substances that you took on the 20th?
The only one I got a prescription for is probably my medical marijuana card. Probably my medical marijuana. That's
Yeah.
That's about it.
Interestingly enough, you didn't test positive for that though. Did you have a prescription for any of the 5 substances that I just read off here?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. You said you did this because it was your sister's birthday party?
Yeah, basically, and I was getting put on probation for a year, so I have not yet used. I've been clean since then.
And you was getting put on probation. You were already on probation during that time, correct?
Yeah, he had called me the week prior. He had called me the week prior and told me that that to start probation, and I did inform him and give him a heads up, like uh I may drop dirty this first drop. So I did, and he told me, well, thanks for the heads up and so forth, but which I thought I was gonna have time
You
to
were
still
get,
get.
you were let me just correct you because I'm satisfied with the factual basis, but you weren't getting put on probation. I put you on probation on December 1st. Is that correct? You were sentenced on December 1st?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you did this on the 20th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you were already on probation.
Yeah, but my first drop was the 22nd. The
I didn't
22nd.
ask you when your first drop was, though. You were
Okay.
already under order not to have any drugs or alcohol, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you decided that you're about to have one last hurrah party before you go on probation. Is that what you thought you were doing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
Uh, uh, I have been to every class, every meeting. I got classes twice a week. I do counseling once a week, one-on-one counseling.
Okay. Did you provide verification to your probation officer as ordered by the court?
Yes. That's why I don't
When did
understand.
you
Yeah.
when did you provide when did you provide verification?
My first probation meeting was on I think the 15th. I told him the 15th when he told me to enroll, and my first class was by my first class on the 20. I think the 23rd or the 24th was my first class.
Okay. Anything else you want to provide to the court at this time?
No, ma'am. I have not yet.
You had not yet what?
I don't. Am I supposed to ask them for like a record to show them to provide to my? Because when I was talking to my PO, he never ever told me to provide him with anything. He knew. He was aware that I was doing the class. He was aware that I do the classes twice a week. I got counseling. Besides the substance classes, I do got counseling too. So I don't.
Okay.
He never like told me to bring him anything because I would have brung it. I'm sorry.
Interesting. Okay, I'm satisfied with the factual basis. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. As to this statement that you just made about you were not aware, there's an order of probation here in which you signed and returned. And that order of probation told you what you were responsible for. Number 16 is to complete and attend outpatient substance abuse and pay the fees and provide proof of completion to the court. And so you were supposed to be providing proof that you did this to the court. And your probation officer was able and available to explain any and all of my court order to you when you met with them, okay?
Okay.
And so you meet, who is your probation officer? Is it Mr. Hannah?
Yes, ma'am, Mr. Hannah.
Okay. So anytime you have a question about what's required of you or from my order, you need to get clarification through him, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but you were very clear about the order about no drugs and alcohol. Yes. and substances, and you tested positive for about 5 or 6 of them because you were having a last hurrah party.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And are you working, sir?
No, ma'am. Not right. I am legally blind.
Okay. Anything you want to say to the court before I sentence you?
I'm sorry about the inconvenience.
You're sorry about the inconvenience?
Yes, ma'am.
What inconvenience?
Of me having that one last going away hurrah party.
Who have you inconvenienced by that, sir?
Just the courts, just the court,
No,
Your Honor.
we're gonna be here anyways. We're here to serve. But you know who you inconvenienced? Yourself. You inconvenience your health, your wellness, your body by ingesting a bunch of substances in celebration, or to say it was a party. It's dangerous, it's irresponsible, it's senseless, and it was in violation of the court order, and you were aware of it. And so you're already scheduled to be on probation before this court until December. At this point, I don't see a benefit in extending it, but to ensure that we don't have any more last hurrahs or midway hurrahs or quarterly hurrahs, I'm gonna have to hold some jail time over your head, because you think you could go to parties and pop a bunch of pills and liquids. So the sentence of the court is going to be 14 days Ingham County Jail. I'll suspend the 14 days upon successful completion of your probationary period. Let's see here. I'm going to increase your testing to 4 times a month for the next 90 days. And I'm going to order that you attend a 12-step meeting program 3 times per week. You also need to provide proof that you're enrolled with outpatient immediately. Okay?
Okay.
Do you have any questions, or do you need clarification about the sentence?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you're all set. You should get in touch with Mr. Hanner, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we ready with Mr. Hayes?
Yes, ma'am.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Marcus Lee Hayes. File number 22-02685 and 86, council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Marcus Hayes.
Today's the date and time set for 2 pre-trials on files for dog vaccination license. How are we proceeding?
At this time, people would move to dismiss both files.
Thank you. Both of these will be dismissed. Mr. Hayes, you're all set.
I'll leave out or
Yep, you're free to go. Thank you.
thank you. You
On
have a
the
good day.
record, same to you, sir. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Stephanie Marie Girk, file number 22-03451, council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Stephanie Gerk, who is appearing separately by Zoom.
Today's the date and time that's set for a pre-trial of 1 count of domestic violence. How are we proceeding?
At this time, we'd be setting a final pretrial on jury trial. There's been no offer this time.
Final pre-trial March 27.
Jury trial, April 3rd.
Final pretrial, March 27th at 8 o'clock in the morning, in person at the court. Jury trial, you'll be in person at the court April 3rd, also at 8 o'clock in the morning. Do you have any questions, Mr. Girk?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing about people. Thank you, Your Honor.
And no for defense.
Thank you. You're all set, Ms. Girk. We'll see you at your final pretrial.
All right, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Mary O'Connell present.
Laverne Wakefield was the second one.
William Russell is present. Does he have an attorney?
Does not. I don't believe you did last time.
I'm sorry? Okay, Mr. Russell?
Yes,
Okay, good morning. Look, I remember you declining your counsel today was the date that you had two pre-trials for unlicensed dog. Last time we were here, you had an appointment with animal control. Were you able to get that taken care of?
I was not. I ended up having to reschedule for my vet or for my shots through Vetco.
Okay,
Does he?
Yeah, he is.
I do have an attorney.
Oh,
says he declined.
Well, I,
No, they ended up giving me
Denied?
key.
Not he did, was it not?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. He was initially declined, but they, he appealed him.
That's
Whoever
not
you guys gave me attorney of, that's who I have.
If you don't have our appearances,
I
No.
just, I don't have.
okay, I'll make sure that the office.
Yeah, we don't have an appearance.
I'll make it a deal.
Do you represent Mr. Russell?
I do.
We need appearances.
I'm sorry.
We don't have appearances on these files.
Oh, really? Haven't we already appeared on his behalf?
I don't know. Our system said he was denied and I don't have an appearance on either one of these.
I see, I have one.
Say the last time we talked, I want to say it was the 9th of last month.
The last time I seen you here was January 30th. You talking about the last time you talked to your attorney?
No, I meant for the dog licenses.
Oh, okay. Well, he needs more time, it sounds like.
Is that what he's saying?
When is your appointment, Mr. Russell?
It is the 15th of May or April. Sorry, April. 15th of April.
I'm sorry. That appointment is for what?
For their vaccinations. I had to reschedule. I didn't have the money to pay for it.
On a Saturday?
Badco? No, maybe it might be the 14th. I can look on my phone, but it was the 15th or 14th. I couldn't remember.
You can go after the April 15th date.
Yeah, not sure.
April 17th? What time? At 9:30.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, you're all set for today on these.
All right. Thank you. See you on the 14th.
Thank you. I said Mr. Wakefield is here.
Yes, sir.
And then I have Mr. Goldbaum here. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Douglas Call Road Law, file number 19-02445. Mr. Roadbaugh,
Yes, ma'am.
We were scheduled to be here for a review date. However, we have a request in summons for probation violation, and it alleges that on or about January 24th, 2023, you tested positive for alcohol at Adams South. So you have the right to have a contested hearing. You have the right to be represented by counsel at that contested hearing. If you are found to be in violation of your probation, you could be sentenced to the following. Your probation can be extended. You can be sentenced to a term of jail time, as this is, I believe, the fourth probation violation. You could have other sanctions, including fines and costs assessed, or additional oversight such as the scram tether could be added. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have the right to the contested hearing to have the prosecution and probation bring forth information and evidence to support the allegation that you violated your probation by testing positive for alcohol. Did you want to request court-appointed counsel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, we'll note here that you're requesting court-appointed counsel. I'm gonna go ahead and extend your probation 30 days because you're gonna come off probation before I can get to this. Plus, you still have a whopping balance here. $14,000 is owed.
Yes, ma'am. I've been making payments on that.
So we'll enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf for this at this point. Can I have a hearing date? March 13th. We have 11 things scheduled then too. Okay, March 13th, no, yeah, 13th at what time? 1:30. March 13th at 1:30 in person at the court.
March 13th. Okay.
If you want to hang tight, we'll get you in a meeting room with one of the public defenders, okay?
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, who's representing Mr. Wakefield? Okay, very good. For the record, in the matter of the people for the state of Michigan versus Laverne Wakefield, file number 21-02752. And Mr. Wakefield, today was the date set for both the probation violation hearings, but it looks like there's a new violation request that you need to be arraigned on. Let's see if they've had it. Okay, this is February 6th. What is he being on?
Failure to pay. Is what it was, or what it is.
I don't see that in my file. You can have a seat. I need your probation officer to come upstairs. See if this probation officer will come upstairs, because. I think it's Bayless. Well, I don't want you to talk out of turn, sir.
Sorry.
Okay, Mr. Schaefer. You're here with Mr. Landers? Mr. Schaefer,
ma'am.
can you hear me? Okay, are you ready to proceed?
Yes,
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus John Mark Landers, file number 23-00336, council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of people.
Stuart Schaefer on behalf of Mr. Landers. We're both appearing by Zoom from separate locations.
Okay, Mr. Landers, today's the date and the time set for a pretrial. I have one count of domestic violence. Was there an offer on this?
There was an offer, Your Honor, with the plea as charged with sentencing under 7694A.
How does your client want to proceed, Mr. Schaefer?
Sorry, I couldn't hear what was said.
The plea guilty to the charge with sentencing, no objection to sentencing under 769.4A.
Okay, Your Honor, if you recall, this is a second offense. So I want to make sure that that's clear and that offer is
Was
still
it charged that way?
available.
It wasn't a 7694A, it wouldn't be.
It was, yeah, it was not charged. I wouldn't know that because it's not charged as second offense and I don't have his criminal history.
Right. Well, this was charged before he was convicted of the first one. So,
Okay, well, then he would not be eligible, but that was the offer of the prosecution, was no objection to it. So he wouldn't be eligible. So the offers from the plea guilty to the charge.
Yes, there would be no offer then.
I apologize. It's hard to hear. Did you say he'd still be eligible?
No, he would not be eligible until there's no offer. It's just from the plea to the charge or set it for a final pretrial.
That would be fine.
Okay.
Do final pretrial March 27th.
Does March 27th work for you, Mr. Schaefer?
It does.
That's at 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court. April 3rd for jury trial work for you, Mr. Schaefer?
Let me look.
April 3rd.
I'm looking. It does at the moment, yes.
Okay, so jury trial will be April 3rd in person at the court. Do you have any questions today for the court, Mr. Landers?
I do.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing bad, people. Thank you, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. We'll see you at your final pretrial.
Thank you very much. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.
Goodbye. I see Angus Court. Did I miss somebody? Is it supposed to be Angus McFarland?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good. We don't, is it you or Miss Donnelly that represents me?
It's Sarah.
Okay, sounds good. Mr. O'Keefe.
Hey, Your Honor.
Afternoon, how are you?
Good afternoon. I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Are you ready to proceed on Mr. Lopez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Yanto Luis Lopez. File number 23-00299. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Patrick O'Keefe on behalf of Mr. Lopez.
Today's the date and time that's set for a pretrial. I have one count of domestic violence. Was there an offer on this?
It looks like there was an offer made in 54B. He has a companion case over in 54B. It looks like there was an offer made on that one, Your Honor. So this time we'd be asking to adjourn this matter to see if they were going to take that offer.
Okay, Mr. O'Keefe, that's correct.
Yes, Your Honor, we are going to accept the people's offer. Mr. Lopez has two cases pending, one before this court, the other one before 54B District Court. That's docket 23-37-SM. Mr. Lopez and I are in the process of scheduling that case for a plea. Upon successful plea and sentence in that file, the people are going to move to dismiss this file as it all arises out of the same incident.
Sounds good. Let's set it 60 days out.
We can do May 8th at 9:30.
May 8th, not gonna work for me.
The whole month.
May 8th. Come on, one.
May 15th at 9:30.
May 15th, not gonna work for me.
May 22nd.
May 22nd work for you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
9:30.
At 9:30.
Okay.
Okay, and if that, obviously, if it hasn't gone to sentencing at the other, we can always adjourn that just with an email request.
Right, Your
Any
Honor.
additional matters? I'm
I was
sorry.
just gonna say, I'm sorry to interrupt. I was just gonna say, Your Honor, this case will probably be disposed of within the next week or so. 2 weeks.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks.
Any additional matters for the record then?
Nothing on behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, Mr. Lopez.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mr. McFarland.
I am, Your Honor.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Angus Ryan McFarland, file number 20-01512, council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Your Honor, I would like to speak with Mr. McFarland before we went on the record. I apologize.
Okay, let's see. We have a lot of people here.
Yes.
Anybody waiting?
I have, the people I'm waiting are all non-public files after Mr. McFarland.
Okay.
You, Mr. Jones, yes, Mr.
I have Mr. Ladante Jones.
Okay, sounds good. We can get you in the room with Mr. McFarland. We're off the record on that. On the record in the matter. Can I have you come up real quickly? Oh, Mr. Wakefield. I just can't find this, the second, violation in this file. Typically, someone will put a tab, so I know which violation is it. Yeah. There's some tabs. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Ladante Jones, file number 18-01412. Appearance, please.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Ladante Jones.
Okay, how are you, Mr. Jones? Today's the date set for a pretrial on malicious destruction of personal property less than 200. How are we proceeding?
No, this time we said for a final pretrial.
No offer on this?
There's no offer at this time, Your Honor.
Final pretrial, April 3rd at 8 a.m. Jury trial, April 10th at 8 a.m.
Okay, you heard those dates, sir?
April 3rd and April 10th.
April 3rd at 8 a.m. Will in person for the final pretrial, April 10th at 8 a.m. in person for jury trial, okay? We'll get you a copy of notice to appear for those dates. You have any questions? Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of people, thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing for the.
Thank you. You're all set, sir. No, I just gotta find a second.
I do apologize.
Oh, no worries. Thank you.
Yep.
So he's here for a hearing on this one?
I believe one's a hearing, one's an arraignment. I don't think he's been arraigned on my violation.
But that's what confuses me, because he saw the magistrate on the 28th after this was issued.
Wasn't sure if he'd been arraigned yet on mine. She arraigned him on my violation as well. I know he has one, a hearing for Heather's violation.
No, I'm just gonna write him just to be safe. Okay, Josh, thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Wakefield. We're back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Laverne Wakefield Jr. Mr. Wakefield, you were previously arraigned on a violation, and that violation, I believe, was for the technical violations of failed to make any payments of full balance owing at the time of December 9th, 2022. $665 was owed. There was also a technical violation that you tested positive for marijuana on November 29th with a NG of 3,948 nanograms at PATS. Is that what you recall being arraigned on by the magistrate already?
Yeah, I thought that was already rolled out, and the violations were supposed to be for testing positive for marijuana on January 1st and January 18th.
Well, it looks like I haven't seen you since August of 2022.
Yeah, when I seen the magistrate,
So
he just postponed it for 2 weeks.
Who?
The magistrate,
Judge
Judge
Flores.
Yes.
Okay, and so I signed this violation on December 9th, 2022. And it was set for a hearing for your arraignment on January 9th, 2023. My note here, the next on the file for me was on that date that you failed to appear. So you didn't appear for the arraignment. That's number one.
On the 6th?
On the 9th of January of this year. You didn't appear for the arraignment.
Oh, yeah, yes, you're
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
And so you came in later, it looks like.
Yes, ma'am.
It looks like you seen Flores and it said set for violation, probation violation hearing. You saw Judge Flores back on January 23rd. I see here that you then appeared via Zoom before the magistrate on February 28th, and she advised you to turn yourself into LPD for arraignment.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, and so
I did that last week.
you did that last Tuesday. So you were already arraigned on the testing positive for THC?
I don't believe I was.
Okay, so let me arraign you now. I have a new request for probation violation, and it says that you failed to refrain from THC as directed per AbraHealth. It says that you submitted multiple positive tests for THC. There was a test on December 16th that returned with the amount of 2,440 nanograms per milliliter of THC. That's a 21.5 54 ratio. There was a test on December 27th that returned the amount of 2,392 nanograms per milliliter of THC. That's 21.40 ratio. And then there was on January 5th of this year, a positive result for THC in the amount of 2,432 nanograms per milliliter. And then on January of this year, there was a positive THC result in the amount of 2,420 nanograms per milliliter. So you have the right to have a contested hearing. You have the right to be represented by counsel at that contested hearing. If you are found to be in violation of your probation status, your probation status can be revoked. You can be sentenced to jail time. Or you can face increased sanctions such as extension of the probation status, some extra programming, could be fined, assessed, or any other oversight. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Decline to be represented by court appointed counsel?
Yeah,
And are you still declining?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so are you requesting to proceed to your hearing today?
So either that or just plead guilty to the violations.
Well, it can't be either or. You got to decide which one you want to
Yeah,
do.
I'm
Because you
gonna
have to
plead-
waive your right in order to plead guilty.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so do you want to waive your right or do you want a hearing?
Waive my right.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can put your hand down. And you are fully advised of your rights, correct?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions about the rights that you have?
No, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty?
No.
Any promises being made to you in exchange for you pleading guilty today?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And you want to plead guilty to the violations from the previous arraignment and the ones that I just arraigned you on, sir?
Yes.
Okay, as to the violations that you failed to make any payments and that your payments in full at the time of December 9th, 2022, that was $665. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay. And you were sentenced by this court, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You had fines and costs?
Yes.
And did you owe a balance of $665?
Yeah, I still do until today, ma'am.
Okay, were you ordered to make monthly payments on those?
Yes, I did.
As of December 9th, 2022, had you been making monthly payments?
Not at all.
Why is that?
Things was happening with my vehicle. I deliver auto parts. I had to replace a motor in my van so I could make money. I actually went in debt over it. I finally just got out of the slump and I'm able to make a payment today.
Okay. And how much are you gonna pay today?
111.
Okay, and then as to the violation that you tested positive for marijuana on November 29th, how do you plead?
I plead guilty to all the dirty urines, ma'am.
Okay,
I have ceased smoking and I tested clean the last 2 times. Plan to keep it that way.
okay. You knew you were smoking marijuana at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
You knew that was a violation of your probation terms and conditions?
I did.
You do not hold a medical marijuana card?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'll accept your plea to the violation. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Do you have a blank ROA on there? A blank ROA form? Do you have one? Recommendation of probation is to continue your probation. Jail time is not suggested, but the request is to hold any jail time in abeyance until you successfully complete probation without any further violations. Thank you. They also are requesting to add substance abuse treatment counseling and additional community service hours. Did you want to say anything before I sentence you?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and so you say you deliver parts, is your full-time job?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and how many hours are you working in your full-time?
40 plus. I work Monday through Saturday from 9:30 to about 4:30.
Okay, I'm gonna continue your probation status at this time. I'm gonna order that you pay $111 today.
Yep.
And then you'll continue to make monthly payments. You're gonna also continue with your substance abuse counseling. Provide verification to your probation officer. We're gonna increase your testing to 1 time a week for the next 60 days. Do you have any questions at this time?
No, I don't. Your Honor.
Well, then you're all set for now.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of the day.
Same to you. On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Angus McFarland, file number 20-01512. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of defendant Angus McFarland, who is appearing separately by video.
Thank you. Today's date and time set for a pre-trial on operating while intoxicated second offense. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, there is an offer. Mr. McFarland can plead guilty to an added count of impaired driving, and the state wouldn't object to screening for sobriety court, because this is his second offense. At this time, Mr. McFarland has asked some evidentiary issues. I would request 30 days. I'm going to attempt to answer those for him.
We can do April 17th at 9:30.
April 17th at 9:30. Do you have any questions for the court today, sir?
No, thank you.
Okay, well then we'll see you on April 17th. You're all set, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Same to you.